We've made it to the coast. This pub's haunted, and I bet you're pleased about that.
It's good fun.
Archie's making a break for it, and I can do a proper clean. Welcome to the channel. As we begin a second year living full-time in our motorhome, friendship has been a feature. Van life chores done, Sue and I are living our best life in retirement, catching up with friends, having lots of fun and spending all our time with our two dogs, Archie and Fudge. With you and I, the future is bright. So good morning everyone, it's a move on day today and we're heading east. We have a pub stopover and we haven't quite decided whether we're going to stay a couple of nights or 3 nights. There is a CL site there, but I'll show you more about that when we get there. It's as much a mystery to me as I'm sure it is right now to you. But come on, let's go and see what it's like. Well, we've arrived and it was a bit of a mystery, but now I know that we're at the Vulcan Arms, which is a pub. I'll show you that in a second. We're a stone's throw from Sizewell, which is a nuclear power station, and just behind me is the beach, and we're going to have a wander down to that later. So I don't know whether the little windshield's going to do its job because it's incredibly windy down here, but we've made it. We've made it to the coast. Dogs are enjoying mooching along here already. Looks like the tide is in. And it looks like there's probably miles of walks which are actually just along the seafront. If I'll head down to the beach, see if I can get a little bit of an idea of what the beach is, but it's looking very pebbly. Yes, it's a pebbly beach. There's something about the sea, isn't there? Definitely something about the sea. Oh, is there? Oh, yeah, so here we are, heading back up to our van on this little CL site. Well, good morning, folks. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update. We stayed the night at the Vulcan Arms behind me, and we've decided to leave here. And that's for a number of reasons. It's not ideal for us, although it's really easy to get onto the beach from here. What we've discovered this morning is there's adders amongst the grass, and we know that they're really dangerous for dogs if they get bitten. And it's no good for Archie in his buggy, and there's not much here. So in terms of what we can do whilst we're here, we're a little bit limited. So we decided we are going to change our plans, and we have booked another CL site slightly further up the coast, and we're heading off there now. Oh, and the other thing I should mention, and this is not the reason why we're leaving, but this pub's haunted. Now, can you believe it? It's haunted. When we were reading up on it, there is a lady that wanders through the pub. It's been seen by a number of different people. Now, nobody knows who she is and why she's here, but there has been a ale house on this location, it would appear, since the 1400s. So, I mean, she may have been here for that length of time, who knows. We've not seen her, and that's probably because she's not actually that interested in women. She goes for the boys. Good girl. You're eating strawberries together.
Yeah, she loves strawberries.
Does she eat strawberries?
Yeah.
My goodness, I didn't know that.
Archie? Archie?
This is a new one got. So Sue, why don't you just explain to all of those people why we're sitting here?
Because we're outside the laundrette.
Sue's been going on for days about we need a site with a laundrette and we've failed. So now we've just at a laundrette.
Yeah.
But fortunately we've got parked up outside, which is perfect.
It's raining, I'm shining, still storming, ain't lovely, feels so warm.
So we've arrived at the place that we just booked this morning. It's called Fourways Farm and it's just north of Lowestoft. So far it looks lovely. It's a really big field actually, which is the CL site. We've done our laundry, we've had lunch, and we're now just about to wander off and have a little walk and probably down to the coast, hopefully. Let you know how we get on. This is Broadland Sands Holiday Park and we're walking through it to get to the beach. But this is opposite the CL site. I should say the CL site actually is really good value for money because it's £12 a night, which includes electric hookup, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. So we've made it down to the shore, and just as we came from kind of that direction behind the camera, there was a sign saying that the public footpath had been lost to erosion, and we definitely can't get down to the beach from here. I mean, it is a cliff edge. So we're kind of going to walk in that direction over there, see if we can find a footpath that at least takes us back towards the way we came, but maybe in a slightly different direction. So we did make it back in one piece, only just in the nick of time because the heavens opened. We've had more rain. I wouldn't say particularly heavy rain, but we've had rain and really, really strong winds. So we're hunkered down for now, back in the van, but we've got some exciting plans for tomorrow. Sue's been Googling. I'm not going to tell you about it because you'll have to just wait and see, but we will see you tomorrow. Well, the sun's out and we're heading off to catch the bus. We were going to go to Great Yarmouth, but then we've spotted this place called Golston-on-Sea, where there appears to be a beach, which looks very sandy and very nice, and a little town area. I don't know if it's a town or a village, but we're going to check it out. So as always, we're at the bus stop early. We're always early, aren't we? Yes. We've got a few minutes to wait, I think, maybe about 10. But we could sit down and relax, wait for the bus. Hiya, to return to Golston-on-Sea. Oh. Thanks very much. Our dogs, as always, have taken up a position in the middle of the aisle. So if anybody comes on, we're having to drag them into the seating area just so people have got room to get in. They're little monkeys, both of them. Well, we've moved up the back of the bus, which is definitely a much better place for us. Not having to drag the dogs into tiny spaces every time somebody walks by. We should have thought of this first. Well, hi. We've arrived at Gorleston-on-Sea, and hopefully you can see behind me. It's quite an expanse of a grassy area. Big car park. I understand the car park actually is free. It's probably a bit better, isn't it, with the sun? And there's a big kind of pool area. Looks like there's nobody in it. Don't fancy it. It's quite cold today. Definitely not bikini weather today. Well, to be honest, there ain't a day at my age that's bikini weather. And I bet you're pleased about that. my favourite. Fish and chips. Here we go. I'll get myself a bucket and spade to play on the beach. So we've made it down on the beach. Archie had a little bark when we first got down here. I think that's because he's really excited. The first time he experienced a beach, we were down at Hengstbury Head in Dorset, and he had a little paddy when we were leaving. He didn't want to leave. I think that was in his teenage phase. So my luck was definitely in today because we're having fish and chips for lunch. Well, I'm having cod and chips and Sue's having a cod and pinching my chips. So aren't we lucky? I'm just waiting outside now for it to be cooked. Always a good sign because they're cooking it fresh. Look at that. Let's get tucking in. We are now completely satisfied from our lunch. I think I'm going to be going into a food coma anytime soon. It was good. It was really good. We're sitting down now on a bench overlooking the beach, and it's lovely. The sun's out. It feels really warm in the sunshine actually, but there's a really cold wind. But we're quite sheltered where we're sat at the moment, and we've got about 20 minutes before the bus back, so we're just taking in the sights and sounds and smells, all nice ones obviously, fish and chip smells of the seaside. And Archie's lying down. Good morning. We've woken up to a beautiful sunny day. It's still a little bit windy, but definitely not quite as chilly wind as it was yesterday. And we've left early this morning. That's not because we don't like the site at all. We really enjoyed the last site we've been to. It is a move on day, but we had a bit of a taste of the beach yesterday, so we've decided to come back down to a different end of the beach so we can play around with the dogs on the beach, let them enjoy it, and we'll probably have breakfast. We're just parked up outside. This car park's great, but it has a height barrier, so we just parked up across the road from here. We'll have a little wander on the beach, then we'll have some breakfast, and then we'll head off to our next stop. Well, what can I say? That walk along the beach was absolutely brilliant. It was still quite windy, but it didn't seem as cold, and well, we all thoroughly enjoyed it, and the dogs really enjoyed it as well. So here we are, another move on day, another supermarket. Sue's gone to do the shop, and we're off to our next destination. Now, once again, it's a bit of a mystery to me. I know it's about an hour from here, and I've probably got the name of it in our calendar, but Sue's booked it all, so I don't really know an awful lot about it, which is the way I like it. It's kind of, it's good fun turning up and seeing where we are, and I don't mind Sue doing all that planning and me just driving wherever I'm told to. See you when we get there. Well, we've arrived at our next location. Now it's spelt Bylaugh, or laugh, as you southerners would say. It's probably pronounced by law, I don't really know, but it's L-A-U-G-H. and our first impressions are really good impressions. It's really big and spacious. There's not lots of people here at the moment. We haven't tried out toilet block yet. We will get to that point in due course, but for the moment we're heading off with the dogs. Sue's running after them because Archie's making a break for it, but we're heading off into the woods to take the dogs for a walk. So it turns out these woods are pretty good for us and the dogs. Very pretty. And the lady on the site said the dogs can be off their leads around this particular area, so we're making the most of that. And Archie's having a bit of playing with a stick. Good morning, everyone. Now I thought I'd share the conversation that Sue and I have just had. So the sun's out today and it's predicted to be out for most of the day. Sue just said to me, "Oh, it's going to be great today." And I said, "I know, I can sit outside." And she said, "I know, you lot can sit outside and I can do a proper clean." That is the sign of a harmonious relationship. And this is the laundry and washing up area. We've got two loads of washing on at the moment. And on this side, I'll take you around the corner and show you just where the toilets are. They are pristine. I've just been chatting to a guy who said it makes you not want to go in there because you might splash something and make it untidy. They're absolutely pristine. So this is the ladies' toilet block. Men's around the other side. You can even sit on a little bench outside. Maybe come off and dry off outside. And another unusual feature of this site is a couple of aviaries with some owls, and that is a European eagle owl in this enclosure behind me. I'll see if I can get you a bit of a closer look. So it's been an absolutely beautiful afternoon. The sun is just starting to go down now. Barbecue's cooking. After this we're going to settle down for a lovely evening with full tummies, and I think on that I will say goodbye from this video. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, we do appreciate the thumbs up. It really helps. If you're not subscribed already, then please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the little bell so that YouTube will let you know every time we post a new video. Otherwise, until next time.